Hello, everyone. This is Composing Live, where we have an up close and personal look at how music is made. I hope you're well. I had a great week so far. Just been busy, and even as we speak, just trying to get everything loaded up was kind of a hassle to find some technical difficulties along the way. So sorry for any delays here. Well, today is Thursday. We're back in the studio and we are working on part 11 of the Smetana's Moldau. It's been a lot of fun. This is actually our 11th episode, which means that it's a whole lot of hours that we put into this, right? Each episode probably has been about 2 to 3 hours. Let's just say 3 hours, times that by 11. I've probably put in around 30 something hours on this. So with that being said, I am motivated to finish this. So we're getting closer and closer to the finish line, and you know what more is it to just add 2 or 3 episodes, right, to get this done. So that's what I'm estimating. Maybe by part 14 or 15 we'll be done. With that being said, I will go ahead and press play to kind of give a recap of everything, and we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and stop any background music if there are any. Okay, I think it's all done. Let's go and press play. there is that. Up to about 3:33, everything is more or less done. There's still a lot of massaging and shaping to do, but from 3:33 in the score to 3:59, we're not done yet. So I mean, it sounds more full and compared to the last few episodes, but we're still still working on this section. This is called the broad flow of the Vltava part section. This is the final section here, and then there's more after that, right? As you can see over here, there's still more to do. But let's get this part done. So we are working on brass with trumpets and horns and maybe trombone. I think I put trombone in already. So yeah, trumpets and horns. So that is all for now. A guy asked a question earlier about the Warner Chapel music. So yeah, I have some production music coming in. It's still getting mixed, and as far as I know, it's still going on. So I mean, once it's done, it could be anywhere from in between now and probably 2 more months. We'll see. It just depends on how busy they are, I guess. But I'm really hopeful that will be done soon. With that, with other projects going on, I'm not in no rush to, get it out there. There's plenty of other things happening. So when other projects are to be announced, I'll let you guys know as well. But nothing on the horizon as of now, just all production stuff, or I'm in kind of pre-production phases for certain things, and in the production, or well, I guess technically post-production, but for me, I'm in the middle of certain projects here and there. So anyways, let's go ahead and do the brass like I mentioned, and then I will go ahead and analyze some of these chords. As you can see, I started it, but don't have everything done yet, and I think that'll be good to do just for our own understanding of what's going on. So let's go with the horns, 333, and let's actually look at it together real quick. So we have the COR is corno, I believe, or cornu, and that's horns. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play through the bottom voicings, which is voice, I believe, 3 and 4. I forget. Horns always trip me up because sometimes the top and bottom for the top line is 1 and 3. Sometimes it's 1 and 2, something like that. I always forget how the numberings go. But anyways, we'll just call it 3 and 4. And on the 3 and 4 voicings, we have this G and C thing. And let's see if I have horn selected. Let's go over to the Sonoria one, and then so. And then, right. So a lot of this stuff, I wonder if I should just play it because it seems pretty straightforward, only up to a certain point. Looks like over to the next line over here, it does do a little bit more melodic style of playing. But other than that, I'm going to move my water ball out of the way too, just make sure that it's not it's still in view. Let me get that out. So it's just like, what's that white thing that's sticking out? Wait, what if I went like this? If I go 4, you can kind of see that, huh? Let me do one thing before going on here. Oh, hello. Let's see. Is that visible now? I sometimes when I edit my videos or just go through them, I'll notice little funny things like that where a water ball sticks out. So hopefully that's better. Okay, so as I was saying, you have these kind of things happening. Yeah, I mean, almost in one regard, it'd be easier to perform it. And then, drawing it in, it can get tedious too. So, okay, let's see if I can play it through. And so we just have, and luckily you don't have to transpose These are non-transposing horns, which is really rare on a score. So I was like, it'd be nice to take advantage of that. So I'm using 2 horn sets. One is sonori. This is probably the part 2, I'm assuming. If we look at the top voicing, this is part 1. So let's just relabel this real quick. Hey, Sam's back. Yeah. Remember your water, kids. Don't let anyone see it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the top voice or bottom voice and do 333, which is way over here. I'll give myself like two bars, and let's see if I can just play it through. I am not 100% confident in my keyboard abilities these days. I don't have time to practice. I'm just exhausted at the end of the day composing that I gotta find some time to practice again. This is kind of like my practice in a way. Anyways, I'll do my best to try play through. Let me practice the next page. And it's a little blurry. Right? Oh. And then next page. Right? Oh, this is a little trickier. Maybe do 2 hands on that one. Something like that. Almost done, and then. Oh. Okay, so let's do what we can and play a little slower. I lost my place. Let me try that again. Something doesn't sound right. I have a feeling. Oh, okay. This is a transposing part. I lied, and I also am I on the wrong spot? Yes. Okay. So 2 things. I was on the wrong spot, but also it wouldn't matter because this is the same note. But okay. Somewhere down the road, it switches. Because the horns were fine before, and then I forget. I think it is a transposing. So whatever I played sounded good, but I didn't have a frame of key reference. So I'm gonna see where that switched real quick, because yeah, of course, in the past all the key signatures were the same. And I'm curious now, because did I spot this before? I can't remember, to be honest. Let me just find. Oh, you know what? And this actually skips. This is a score I edited, actually. So after the initial. Oh, okay. Dang it. All right. So I'm I'm kicking myself because, yeah, even this part, as you can see, it was non-transposing, or it was. I'm really confusing myself now. At some point, I realized that, and I'm now like having to flip my brain here. Okay, so if it's not doing the transpose, it'd just be a F horn, I believe, or let's see, keys in E major, because just something did not. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Doing a C and G and E major, I should have caught that. So the G would be a sounding C, and the C would be a sounding F. So it'd be right. in a normal F horn, but it doesn't seem right to me. This is E, this is C. So we're in A, it looks like. A horn. Let me think about that. C, so yeah, because it's a third above, it would be a or E horn. A. So, wow. I'm just really confused on where that happened now, because even here wasn't like that. Wow. Anyways, holy moly. So let me retract. I'm thinking this is E major chord with a C on top, so E. So the G would be a sounding B. So I'm thinking we are a third above or a sixth below of what is being sounded as. That probably sounds more likely. So this a written C would be a sounding E. So this is an E horn, right? Okay, that's what it is. Let's make a note real quick here at this bar. Even though there's something on 333, I'm just gonna say, in case I forget, E horn. So as you may know, back in the day, the horn was a fixed instrument, and in order to play in a certain key, you would have to, be provided with a different horn that was a different wrapped length to match the key. That, as time went on, they invented the modern horn, which you could flip and do different keys in a sense. But I think it had something to do with the crook, where the tuning area, you can like take it out and put another thing in there. I think that was what they did at some point. But anyways, so yeah, I'm really thrown for a loop here now. I backtracked everything I said about the transposing part. So I'm thinking it's like this, and we're just gonna have to write it in, because I cannot transpose that quickly. So let's go ahead and turn this on the tempo track, and we'll just go back to where we were. So now I have a better idea of what's happening. Let's put the E on, and then it's just a fifth above that. Okay, let's do the old school, old-fashioned way, how I was doing it before. I'm just gonna have to suck it up in a sense. Okay, but I'm just also confused on how that worked on the last page, because that now I'm like, whoa, what did I do? Okay, so it won't be as hard as I'm making it sound. I'm just like, whoa. I'm just more thrown off, because how did I do the previous bar? Maybe it was just kind of a stroke of good luck. Then I just assumed they were not transposing. I don't know. Okay, so this will be like that. Let's just hear it real quick, see how it sounds with everything else. Cool, and it's a little bit loud in my ears. I'm gonna adjust the speakers here. Also, I might have a different setting in here, so let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. Okay, cool. That sounds right to me. Nope. Jinx. Okay. Now we're in business. So on these short notes, I'm wondering if I should change that to, let's say, staccato or marcato. Let's try that. That might be a little too much. I'm just curious if it, bringing down the velocity, if it triggers something else. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, so continue on where we left off. Okay. Like that. Great. And let me just make sure I can see your guys' notes. Yeah, it's interesting, the history of the horn, or any brass instrument really, how time went on. Yeah, like trumpets, all of them were kind of like that at some point. But then, with valves and the rotary type technology that they developed, they were able to figure out how to make it more versatile. I'm sure, as composers were writing harder and harder music, they probably were pretty excited when that finally developed. Let's see. So then this is up here. It's just a fifth above. Okay, great. And then this one's a third, although it's this way. And it's actually half that duration. Okay, we're in business now. All right. Yeah. This is so a sixth. Another way of thinking this, I'm thinking out loud here, is do I read this like a bass clef if it's this way? Think about that. E. I think that might work. So real quick, I'm going to flip back over to the first 333. On this measure, if I read it like a bass clef, that would work. So here's a trick. I don't know if you guys read scores on a daily basis, but when I was a teacher for high school and junior high, I read a lot of scores, and one of them, and it was band music actually. Band music is a little bit different than orchestral scores. Band is just wind instruments and it includes saxophone. And when I was reading alto sax, it would read like a bass clef in a sense. Like, I mean, I think you have to pitch it up an octave, but basically, if I'm reading this, that's what it'd be the same as. So like this C becomes an E, but you pitch it up an octave. So I'm gonna use that same alto sax reading technique, so to speak. And now I might even be able to play it actually, but just for now, I'm just gonna show you what that means. So then over here, this is not a B anymore on treble clef. It's a D in bass clef, and you just pitch it up an octave, and that's what the horn would be. So for some reason that works because it's in the key of a E. It's an E horn, right? So anyways, I'm gonna use that trick from moving on and see how that goes. So now moving to the next part. Let me see here. Right, it's not sticking out. This all sounds like it's in the right key, so I'm just gonna keep going for there. All right, so then it would be something like this. Okay, let's see. played that wrong. Okay, let's see if that's right. And sometimes when there's accidentals, it gets a little dicier with that trick I was telling you about. Okay, so let me see if I'm on the right measure. Sometimes I do that and get ahead of myself. Oh yeah, okay. I think I know what I did wrong. So I have to account for the sharps. So even though, going back to that trick I was telling you guys about, is tenor clef like that? I'm not sure. I think tenor clef, I don't think so, because tenor clef, it's the C is on a line, whereas the bass clef trick is the C is in a space, unless you could argue if it's middle C on a like bass clef. I don't know. Going back to what I'm saying though, over here I was looking at A and D with that bass clef trick when you're trying to transpose on the fly. So you just have to account for the sharps. So there's a F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. So this one has a D sharp, and that's where probably I'm making a mistake here. So put a D sharp on that point, and then it's saying D flat. Over here, yeah, it says D. So if this is D sharp, and then this is having a flat, just one flat, this would be actually D natural, theoretically, in the in my little trick that I'm doing in my head. And then this G would be G sharp. So that I was a little bit off on that. I forgot about the flats, or I mean the sharps. This should sound right now. Cool. All right, so then we'll go over here and keep that going. 339. Okay. Yeah, tenor clef. We're usually with like trombones and sometimes the cello. Let's see. So then I'll just copy one of these guys. I feel a little bit more relieved now that I have some kind of guide in a sense. Whenever you transpose, if you haven't done it in a while, especially, it's like your brain just hits a wall. You're like, what? Yeah, so that's where practicing really helps, or just doing it more on a regular basis helps. But yeah, only do it if that's something you want to do. Like if you want to be a conductor, you just know you're gonna have to transpose all the time in your head, and eventually it just becomes a part of everything. You don't even have to think about it. But for us normal people, I don't know what just happened. Us normal people, we have to use tricks. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm always amazed, like with conductors like Leonard Bernstein, Herbert von Karajan, and those guys. They just they're so good with just knowing the notes. That's like so secondary to them. Let's see. Another one is Gustavo Dudamel. Amazing conductor. Let's see here. G sharp. But yeah, there's too many to mention. Those are some of my favorites. Okay. I like the ability not to task. Yeah, I hear you. And that's okay. If you don't know what I'm saying, that's all right. Maybe at some point you can always come back to this video at some point. It's kind of a weird trick. I'm sure other people have done something similar to how I envision it or how I see that, but it's worked pretty well for me. G sharp. Cool. Yeah, so it's proving to work out really well. We're getting closer and closer. To be honest, this brass part's pretty easy in terms of inputting the notes. Oops. Okay, so on here we have A and D sharp. Cool. Okay. Yeah, awesome. So you know what, the guy, yeah, as far as conductors go, another one that I'm a huge fan of is Seiji Ozawa from the Boston Pops, or no, not Boston Pops, Boston Symphony, excuse me. Rest in peace, by the way. I think he passed away just earlier this year or late last year, something like that. Let's see here. E, G sharp. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Understood. Let's see. C? Nope, this is the wrong line. A sharp. A sharp. Oh no, is it not A sharp? Yeah, it is A sharp. It's A sharp. A sharp, C sharp. Okay. That sounds and would work really well in that chord. Sounds okay to me. Moving to this one would be A natural, E. I'm still tripped up on how did I get the other horns to read properly? I'm kind of curious if I did something wrong, but it just sounded good because it's in a relative key, or I don't know. I'm gonna have to visit maybe previous measures after this just to double check something. Cool. And then over here we have G sharp down here. Okay, let's see. It's actually up here, and so your E again. Okay, all right. And moving to now the next part, which would be the other horns, which is over here. And okay, so I'm wondering, now that I understand this, I might be able to sight read this again. So right. It's a stretch. I think that's what it's saying. And then yeah. Oh. Actually, that would be Let's see. Let's give it a shot here and see how we do. It's going to be painfully slow. For some reason, this didn't show up. Let's try again. Up in a little bit in the beginning. I think I can do this. Okay, let's try again. I had a brain for it. Wasn't perfect. I think I can try it one more time. If not, I can write it in. Try that part. So over here, let's go faster now. Oh, hello. And then, okay, so I use some pedaling and all that junk, so I'm going to highlight this. Let's go over here too. And I'm going to go to pedals to note length. So get rid of all the sustained pedal. Let's double check that. It's gone now. Okay, so all these notes were good except for like one this time. So then it's probably this one. Yeah, actually, this one was supposed to tie over. I think I also made a mistake on that. So this is 2 bars, so you just do that. Okay. Okay, so some of these are just the length issue. Oh, hello. I gotta put in 8th notes. this. I'm just going to quantize them for ease of editing down the road. This should probably be like that. Let me see now. What measure are we at? This is 339 in the score. Okay, that doesn't look right to me. What happened here? This is probably the part I made a mistake on. So this should be an F sharp, and this should go up after. So that first one was wrong. Oh, this one's also off. Let's see here. Okay, this was a little funky. Should have been this. Okay, I think I got everything else right though. Cool, and then I'll exaggerate that whatever chord that is. I think it's a diminished G sharp. Let's see. Although this is not behaving the way I want it to. Maybe it's this one. Okay, let's try that again. Just this one. Cool. Okay, and then these should be all sustained. Maybe these short notes can be marcato like before. Or staccato, one of those two. I think this is tenuto in Spitfire. Oh, they do have marcato. Let's see here. Yeah. That works. Okay, let's hear it one more time with everything. There seems to be one other note that doesn't fit well, and I'm going to double check. Maybe it made another mistake. Let's see here. So we have G sharp. Aha. So then, okay. This, I moved a little early. That is supposed to be a D sharp. Am I on the right chord? So 347. Oh. Okay, let me double check again. F sharp. F sharp, D sharp. Oh, and then right around on the other measures. Let's see, let's just double check. That is a F natural. Okay, and then going off of that, F sharp, D sharp. Aha. Okay, next page. So this one I might do it in pieces. So let's see here. Okay, let's do that much. So that's the top voice, horn 1. Horn 2 goes. Yeah. Okay. Let's try again. It's supposed to be in unison, but we'll just keep it one note. Okay, so we'll quantize all that. Oops. Maybe just grab the bottom voicings, and before doing quantize, it's kind of, well, some of them are early, some of them are late. Let's see here. Let's bring this. This one looks good. Let's bring this over now. Over to the left. There we go. Okay, that's kind of where we're going for. Something still sounds a little weird. Let's see what happened. Do 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 do. So this needs to be longer, and to be honest, some of this could just be like more of a marcato-y feel. So I wonder if we can just change all this to marcato and see what it sounds like. And let's try that again. Sometimes the velocities need to go up for it to really kick in. Something like that. Yeah, so do 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 do. And so on. Something seems a little off here. I think this has to go like that. Boo doo doo. Where is that? Okay. Okay, cool. So if marcato is the winner here, I think that sounds better actually, because it has more of a kick to it. May the force be with you. Yeah, it is May, huh? May 4th, right? May 4th was the big day for that. May 4th be with you. Yeah. Has anyone watched the new Ahsoka by chance? I was watching a little bit of that. Yeah, it's pretty good. The score is pretty amazing. It was recorded by LA session players at the Fox stage. Kevin Kiner is a composer. I was able to hear his interview recently. But yeah, it was really neat to hear how that worked out. If you guys ever want to get access to that kind of stuff, I would join the SCL, Society of Composers and Lyricists, SCL. It's only like $65. And if you're a student, it's probably less. I think it's like half of that at least. But yeah, you get access to all sorts of TV shows and movies. For that membership, they send you emails, and then you can watch them sometimes before they're even broadcasted, and so you get a sneak peek. And then they generally will interview the composers, so you get a private link to listen to them. So yeah. Anyways, that just reminded me of that because I was watching the interview yesterday. Okay, so this was not working with that marcato. So every sample developer makes their marcato slightly differently. Sometimes it's marcato that sustains. Sometimes it's a marcato that just holds a little longer. This one's kind of like a short version of that. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck with just a sustain here. Let's hear it together though and see how that sounds. So yeah, something's a little funky. Let me just double check. Okay, so I think I know what happened here. This rhythm is not correct. It should be like that. But then for the notes that swing, so any of these, maybe what I'll do is do marcato, as I mentioned earlier. So we have the marcato on that, even this one. Let's hear how that sounds. It's probably a D sharp. some of that zing that you hear is good because it sticks out, but maybe bring it down slightly. All right, that's what it's saying. Let's play all the brass. Okay, good. Don't forget we have to do trumpet, right? So, okay, we're almost done here. Let's finish the horns. Got the C sharp, and then after that you go another one of these. Is it though? It's not exactly. So we have E, F sharp. The top voice is good. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So I'm confusing myself. Okay, so on this part then, this needs to go to C sharp, and this is D sharp. Okay. Next, let's do this. Great. Okay, so that's more or less there. Did we shape any of this? We didn't really shape this, but let's just maybe do the more important ones. So if anything, there was that G sharp diminished chord. Sometimes needs to be brought out a little more than other times. So let's just do that. I'm just looking at the score again. Yeah, where is that? Is it? I guess it's not as prevalent in the score. I thought I saw some sforzandos early on, but anyways, we can kind of find them with the chord actually. So when we're doing the second voicing, which is here, we would just bring some of this up. Let's draw it in. Let's do it again right here. Whoops. And then right here. Something like that. Here, let's just do it real quick. Oops, I didn't mean to touch that. Okay. All right. Great. Trumpet, you're up. So trumpets are these guys, and back to where we were before, around 333. And trumpets are also transposing, it looks like. So let's just double check. I know clarinets had an A thing going on. Okay, so I'm assuming that trumpets are also the same as like a E trumpet, meaning you read it like a bass clef, right? So this becomes your E, and then bring it up an octave. So then that works in that key. It looks like you got E's, and it's just one line, which is nice. So if I were to play this, which I think I can do, getting a little more practice on playing it in this weird key, but we have Like for instance, let me just play it real quick. So this is a E trumpet that sounds a third above, not a sixth below. Like in the horns is a sixth below, I'm pretty sure. But this one is a third above. Okay. Anywho, 2, 1. Oops. Let me. Oops. I can just do it from here. No, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1. What is that? 1. 1. 1. All right. 1. 1. Oh, okay, and this gets a little dicey to try to play that all at once, but right? Oh, actually, no, that changes. Or oh, okay. Anyways. Okay, so how should I do this? I might have to tackle it piecemeal again. So maybe up to here, 350, we'll play it, and then I'll just kind of do one voice at a time. So I'll start with the top voice, and should I slow it down? Yeah, I'll slow it down. Okay, let me actually adjust. Press spacebar because I want to stop it, but I was on the wrong page. Okay, so over here, look at that. I think this measure is 343. So let's find that. 343 is 1, 2, 3. Okay, what note is that? That's a C sharp. Okay, way off. Let's go C sharp. And let's glue these together. F sharp. All right. Okay, so now I got that much down. Was everything else right? I think so. So what we'll do is we'll quantize that, fix the odds and ends here, and then we'll change the articulation. So all of this probably can just be a sustained, maybe marcato or long. Let's hear how the long would be. Okay, let's turn this off. That might work pretty well for something like this. And yeah, volume-wise, we'll have to figure that out. But some of the faster notes, like over here, let's change to staccato. Maybe the first notes, let's make it longer. Sometimes you have to play it twice for it to kick in. Alright. Let's bring up the velocities. I'm actually curious what tenuto would sound like. That sounds a little more regal. And then some of these notes too, even though they're exactly like a dotted quarter note or a half, dotted half note, we could probably extend it out a little bit, spill over. Okay, all right, and then this is playing top and bottom voices, so then what I probably should do, maybe it doesn't hurt to double it sometimes and layer 2 trumpets together. What I'll do is leave the top and bottom voice for this one, but on this one I'm going to just do the bottom voice. Oops. Okay. You know what? Instead of this one actually has one called sustain accent. I think this would be better, or even the sforzandos. I'm actually curious. Not forte piano. Maybe sforzando or that sustain accent. And if that's the case, let's bring up the velocities. Okay, and let's hear it together. Sorry, let me solo that. Great. That was pretty straightforward, right? Now, is that it? No, there's still more. There's that da 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 da. Okay, so I have to add that in. The only other thing here is this missing a note on 345? Let's double check. It's just a B. It's saying B there, right there. So, okay. Then we're good. I think we're good to go. Volume-wise, it might be a little loud. Let's just hear the balancing on that. It's interesting how it got really quiet just because we're missing the second note. So what to do? I'm just gonna double note over it. Yeah, well, I don't do that normally, but I have done it once or twice in the past. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then what I was gonna say, there is some weird dropping out of the note. So this one's tricky. It sounds good in the start, but towards the end it does this weird it just like cuts out so quickly. I'm debating if I should try a different one. Let's see marcato real quick. See that? To me that sounds better. So if we were to do that, maybe bring down some of the volume. Okay, and now let's listen with all the brass. that sounds good. I think the horn is lacking actually, so I'm gonna bring some of the volume up in the horns, and let's do that on both sides. This one too. Alright, so almost done. Trumpets. Let's do the first half. This is 351. Okay, next page. Let's see. How should I do this? Hello, let's see. Alright, so I'll do... I'll do that, and then maybe play it for the rest, or record it in for the rest. Let's see. Is this Sonori? That's going to be a problem. This should be for the top voice. Okay, so not tenuto, but D, da, D, maybe marcato. Okay. What else? All right. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's try it. Same idea, but for the other voice. And I think I played everything right. We'll get the timing after. Second voice is over here. We have alright, so same kind of problem. Since you're on staccatos, I can't really switch it over. I want to be able to hear it, so I'm going to change the first few notes to the right articulation. So this is the system I'm in with the expression maps. So then I have for some reason I'm hearing staccato. It should be like a there you go. So, okay, so you have that, and you're gonna just hold that out. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Let me go back to where I was. Okay, like that. Then, yeah, let's see to get off of it. All right, let's hear how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then next page. I keep my hand wants to do things that I should be doing with the iPad. Okay. Oh, actually, it should be. Oh, you know what? I think I'm off. It should be a E. E, not C. E. Right? E. It should be here. E and G sharp. There you go. Okay. And then the next page is E and F sharp. Right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's go back to the real tempo and okay, I believe that's correct, but let's try maybe a sforzando on this one so it can match the intensity of the trumpet 1. Oh yeah. I'm really exaggerating the volume so you can hear it and I can hear it. Oh, I see. And it's very dependent on the velocity, so let's just bring that more leveled. So maybe I don't need to bring any of that up. Okay. Same idea. We'll go ahead and just make sure the timing is good. It's pretty good for the most part. Okay, so this dun 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 dun. We should probably change to staccato. Let's change all these to marcato though on the other side, and then same thing here. Staccato. Staccato. All right. That's interesting. That's because of this F sharp 7th chord, which earlier I mentioned that's the secondary dominant of the B7 chord. Anyways, let's hear it in context. It sounds a little weird by itself, right? I mean, it's cool how it's like fragmenting the rhythm and between the two voices, but we won't really hear it until you hear maybe just the brass playing together. So okay, so that's one idea. The other idea I had was to with these notes, first off, let's not do staccato. I was going to do sustain accent and see how that sounds. I kind of like that. I kind of like that that zing. So maybe we'll keep it. Never mind. Okay. We're just going to bring it up a little bit. Just a little bit, and then same with this side. Let's hear how this sounds. Okay, and same thing. We'll bring up. I'll do it here. Bring up the velocity. Okay. All right. Let's hear it with everything. I'm just getting to your notes here. Sam was saying, have you heard of the soundtrack to Raya and the Last Dragon? I've heard of Raya. I have a niece-in-law, so to speak, and they love that movie. James Newton Howard, right? Yeah, really cool. I only heard bits and pieces of it, but I'm sure it's really good. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with James Newton Howard. Let's see. let's go to the next part, which actually before we do that, I take that back. Let's do the chords real quick, since this is a big moment and it'll be cool to analyze what we're doing here. So, of course, we're in E major. That's easy. I'm going to solo this. Okay. So, which is nice is you can kind of see everything in the piano roll format. Sometimes it's superior when you're analyzing chords compared to a score because you don't have to transpose. So first off, my chord track seems to be frozen. That's why. And then now I can start inputting in different chords. Okay, that's clearly a B chord, but it's going to be with a D sharp on the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and when I input notes, I'll just write the chord. I don't know if you guys knew that. I knew that, I forgot, and I was like, oh, this is a lot faster to input notes in this way, or chords in this way. So, and sometimes if you're just copy and paste, you can just hold Alt or Command in Mac and just drag it over. Is it Command? It's either that or Control. And then over here, this is it's like an F sharp minor chord. Let's go ahead a little bit. Let's see. That's interesting. This is also a B chord, but over the A, the 7th. Okay, so what we have here then is F sharp, but over A. I guess we'll be proper and give a bass line as well. So then this is a E. This is a A over B. Like no, but with a B, A in the bass line. B7. Let's say B7. B7, and then over here you have. That's the that diminished chord I was talking about. B, G sharp in the bass line, and then D, F, B, or B, D, F. Yeah. So I think that situation would call for just a music, what do you call it, like Roman numeral analysis in a sense. So real quick, okay, we got your 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. This is a 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, G sharp. Because this could be an inverted chord. I mean, because diminishes are kind of weird. You never know which inversion it is because they're all the same notes. And so you can call it G sharp diminished, or you can call it E sharp E diminished sometimes, and or whatever. But in this key it's E, so it wouldn't be E diminished. I mean, did I say E diminished? I meant like D diminished or F diminished. So the note right before, let me find one that's sustainable. Okay, so if we are looking at the B chord right before it, to me, so let me actually play the whole progression from that F sharp minor chord. And then, so, thinking. I think the function of this diminished chord, because then how does it resolve? It goes to F sharp again. So you might want to call this a E diminish. I said E again. F diminished. F diminished. E sharp or F. So if that's a F diminished 7th chord, then it resolves up to the F sharp minor. I think that's probably the way to go about that. Now, what's the F in the key of E? That's a weird one. I mean, you can just call it a G sharp diminished and be good with that. But sometimes I'm just wondering, I'm a little suspicious that if it's that easy. So the thing about this is the F diminished over G sharp, which is, trying to find it, this one. Let's put this in the sharp category. So this would make that E sharp. Okay. Anyways, it's all technical. This would help lead up, this leading tone, boom, boom, but this is also inverted. So that's really interesting. But the function of an F diminished in an E would be a flatted second. And that's kind of weird, actually. That doesn't make too much sense. Another way of looking at it would be a secondary dominant, or like a, not a secondary dominant, but a secondary chord function. And if we were to think of it as secondary function, it'd be a 7 of a 2. And if it's a 7 of a 2, that makes a little more sense. Maybe it's a 7 over 2 kind of thing. So this functions as a 7th chord for the F sharp minor. But then if that leads up from the 5, yeah, I don't know. That's really cool. I guess another way of looking at it is it's a 3rd chord, but diminished instead of a minor. Yeah, I don't know how we came up with that line. That's really cool. However, that this combination is really fascinating to me, and hopefully you guys are understand what I'm trying to make sense of in my head here. But yeah, I always found this chord to be really fascinating by itself, but in the progression it's hard to kind of crack the code right now. I'm sure any good professor would be able to tell me right away what it is, but I like trying to figure out myself and really sitting with it, because I think you'll learn more if you do that. Anyways, that's really fascinating. So then you do it again, though. So then this F sharp goes down to the E chord. And then it's another B7 over A. And then, is this correct? I guess I labeled this wrong, but I'm going to call it like that, which again is we're calling it F diminished chord. It's a third inversion with the bass line on the bottom. That's my guess, because it resolves to the F sharp, which would be this. let's finish this off. This little fun run goes F sharp minor to just the regular, no bass line, just the F sharp on the bass, and then you have E again, but this time the E is in the bass, G sharp is in the bass line, and then this one is an A. Excuse me, is it A or B? B7. Let's actually just do that. B7 though. And then moving on, you have your E over B again. Okay, B7. This one is your E. Okay, alright, real quick. Anything funky happening here? This probably is a mistake. What is this, flute? Or this? No, I think that's right. That's probably a passing note. But here, this is the violin doing that. Oh, interesting. Da da da. Da da da. No, no, no. Interesting. Anyways, if we're solely judging the chord, this would just be a E. Over here would be a C sharp minor, like that. Okay, so let's grab a note way over here. Let's play a little of that. Okay, so I'm right here. And then this probably be a B chord. Okay, and then over here, interesting. This is just a E, and then it goes descending bass line, still an E, D sharp, C sharp minor. Okay, and this is probably also functioning as a bass line movement, passing tone, C sharp minor with a B. Okay, so this is right. I'm just gonna add the A. Beautiful. Okay, so let's maybe play that with one of these instruments over here. So not clarinet. Let's do a horn and play through these chords and see if that sounds right. I'm guessing I got everything, but sometimes you can overlook something. And then I'm gonna try that again. Okay, now 179 in the DAW. Blue. Let's go to 351 in the score. This is the da 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 da. This should be A sharp. Oh, excuse me. A sharp in the bass line. Okay, so that's my analysis there. Hope that really helps me. Sam, it all looks really well spread throughout registers. Also, would the Audio Imperia's chorus be a good investment? I'm not too familiar with the chorus. I haven't played around with that one. I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah, the choirs are kind of hard. I'd say if you're gonna record choirs, or make a track with choir, it'd be better to record them if all possible. And then second best option is get a really high quality choir library. You might not need that many. I mean, a lot of times if it's just a mock-up, you want to a lot of them do that. My favorite is the Arc by Metropolis One orchestral tools, the Arc stuff. I've also I've used the Oceana stuff 1 and 2 from Performance Samples. Those are my go-to. But if you want something more delicate, like ATO makes a few. There are the East West stuff, pretty good. And what's cool about them is you can write words in. I think the chorus. I'm not sure if that you can do that too, but that would be nice. Nice to know. Okay, so we got all of that out of the way, and I think I analyzed all the other chords too, right? Okay. As you notice, there's like the diminished stuff happens a lot, as you can hear over here. I'm just gonna play this again. All right, and then you hear that same diminished chord over here. That's really fascinating. So I'm going back again one more time. So there's this kind of fascination with this G sharp diminished 7 chord that, in function too, it depends on the situation, but I'm still going to stand by this until I'm proven wrong. Maybe it's just a simple G sharp diminished 7th chord, or this functions more like a leading tone to this chord. I don't know. Anyways, whatever it is, that chord is something that Smetana definitely liked. As you can see, he just sprinkles that in every part of this section. So, all right, going to 359 in the score. We have some bass lines already driven. And you know what? I might be going ahead of myself because I just realized there's a whole percussion section here, and it probably would make sense to put that in, right? Because this is the big section. If it's not doesn't have that percussion, it's gonna sound dull. So I mean, it still sounds good, but if we add that into the mix, I think then we're good to go. So I keep jumping ahead here, but I just get so excited, and I'm just like, all right, we're almost done. And then I realize, oh, there's percussion. So let's do that now. And this will be really quick. Okay, so with the percussion, we got ding, 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 ding. We'll just add that in. I think I'll just plug it in with my iPad here as I'm looking through. So we have and what note have I been using here? Oh, let's go back. So on this we are using C3. Okay, great. Now let's go zoom in again. Zoop. Okay. All right, so you got that ding, 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 and there you go. Next is this. Okay, so whenever there are rolls, kind of have to put them up. Okay. I think that'll help. Let's hear that in context. Okay, let's bring that down. Interesting. Di-da. So maybe we do something like that. Okay. Then you do it again. Ding. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the timpani line. This is actually just this. Okay. Moving along. All right, right here though you do roll. Okay, this needs probably bumped up just ever so slightly. Let's change this to step. Okay, I am in step, which means this will change. Okay. Okay, and then bring it back down. Here we go. There's some crashes in here too, I believe. Okay, got that. Roll. Okay, and then you have a roll, half roll. Let's just do it like this. Half roll with an accent, so bring it up. Let's go here, go down. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then we do it again. Next page, triangle. Okay, same thing here. Oops, wrong key. Okay, next page. This one is another roll. Something like that. Alright, and I think on these rolls too, I need to kind of bring that up. Alright, so there is that. Let's find the crashes. Is it just that part I'm missing? I guess not. I guess it's just triangle here. But there is harp. Did I miss harp last time? I did. Okay, so we're also missing harp. So there is crash and cymbals towards the very end, but we can add that after. Let's go to the harp real quick because this is more pressing. Lots of chords here. This is a 7-handed chord. Wow. I don't know how that would work. I mean, it's not handed, but 7-fingered chord. So it's actually going. It's hard enough on the piano. I would imagine it'd be so hard on the harp. Okay, so there's that. I kind of like doing a little bit of a spread, not so quantized, just ends out quantized. Okay, that's what that's saying. Oh, this needs to go over. Okay, let's go on the big view for these. Okay, all right, and then next, how should I do this? Okay, and then this one would be, ooh. E chord, okay. It's so smudgy, I can't even see. Oh no, it's the B chord. Okay, nope, let's try again. So, it's saying that. Is that right? That's gotta be it. Although I see, I'm probably need to move that there. Okay, let's hear how this Oh, okay. My bad. This is on not this one, but this one. I was looking on the wrong page. Okay, let's go back to 333. Ah, this one's a little different. This one goes. Okay. And I'm gonna solo this. Gets messy. But basically, you're doing this twice. Okay. Okay. But there's a spread, so this goes above instead. Okay. Next is I wonder how this would be played on the harp, because you would have to do some interesting pedaling. No, maybe not. D sharp. Maybe it's a fixed pedaling here. Anywho. That's a hard chord. Let's try again. Although this probably needs to go higher. Like that. B. That's it. That's an interesting chord. Yeah, it works in that 7. It's more of a 7. Okay, and the next we have this back to this E chord. All right, and moving on, this is more of this. And then this one again. Oh, actually, like this. Like that. Yeah, that's a good point, guy. The Navia harp. Yeah, I was just reading some of these other notes here. Yeah, I would say the Navia harp works really well. I played around with that a lot when I was asked by Steinberg to make a demo, and I think it pairs really well with an orchestra. I think this one here is more like a soloistic one by Sound Iron called Elysium. That's my go-to. I haven't had a chance to put Navia in my template, but yeah, it would be kind of fun to mess around with. So then you have all this other stuff. And this is similar, so I'm just going to copy that over. We have one note taken off here. And then D sharp. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And then let's see. One. Okay, so then this is that. Oh, let's try again. Right? Okay. Except this has to be on this beat. That's correct. Only an octave higher though. Okay. Then it would be this chord. Except this needs to go way high. Alright, let's hear that in context. Yeah. Okay. Bling, bling. So this is where you have to pedal the harp. Because in no way can you put that D natural in there. And you have to change the pedal real quick. That's tricky. Anyways, I mean, that's why there's probably an extra gap here. It's not on the downbeat, but it's on the second part of that bar. Okay, and then we have this. All right, next we have. I think that's correct. And then same thing. Bling. All right, is it the same notes? It's a little bit different. This is going even higher, so whoop, like that. Take out the G. Take out the B. These are in octaves. I figured it'd be a little different. Okay. Then, what do you do here? We're going to go down the bass line. C sharp, F, A, C, E. Wow, that many notes? There's 5 notes up here, 2 notes down here. Great. That's hard for a harp player. Okay, I would imagine. So there's your A. Now we're in your F sharp on the bass line. This stays on the C sharp. D natural? No. It's C natural, D sharp. And F. A, C. C natural. Oh, is there a C natural in here? Okay, so I think I might have written this wrong. Let me just double check here real quick. There's a C natural in here. Okay. And there's a D sharp in here. So what does that mean? This is a this is also a diminished chord. I didn't detect that, my bad. So I don't know if it's F sharp diminished or functioning to something else. It could be the 2 of the 1. Sorry, let me go back here. Yeah, interesting. And then keep keep on going here. So that. Oops. That's what it's saying. Oh, I gotta go an octave higher. Okay. And so on, right? Oops. Okay, now this chord's spelling something different too, so I might have overlooked this one as well. When I played it on the just the horn pad, it sounded fine, but now I'm thinking, okay, after this part, is this a B? No, it's a F sharp. I got that wrong again. So, like that. That's a F sharp minor over A. The thanks to the harp, I was able to detect that, or I was just left probably these chord progressions in that sense. So that's good that we're doing this. All right, next we have G sharp. Sorry about that, I was soloed. But basically you go. Okay, and then after the ding, you have a okay, I'm gonna push that beat over a little bit. Okay, next. Is that right? Okay. And then this next line we're going. Is that right? Oh. Let's try again. Okay. Okay. Interesting. These chords are not what I was thinking. So the harp is landing on something different. Unless I skipped I think I might have skipped a measure. It doesn't make sense. So maybe I move these one bar over, and then somewhere here, the one right before it, I might have missed something. So 350. I'm confusing myself here. Yeah, that's actually wrong. So over, let's see, what do I do then? Did I double something? Oh, I did. Okay, so over here, I doubled that on accident, so it's actually the other way. Let's delete this. This needs to go one bar. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. So if you guys are wondering how harps are written in the orchestra, here's one idea. Well, just do chords and mark the time. Like I never really knew exactly what harps would do in a big section. You know, generally I kind of do a glissando sort of effect, but seeing it in action um, helps me to realize, wow, the harp player can do a lot. It can play so many notes. I mean, like a piano, right? I mean, to be able to pluck all those notes accurately in this given time says, it's pretty amazing. Um, anyways, it's my little rant as I'm doing this. So then we do that. So we're in solo mode. Okay, let's keep going. Let's finish this off. Oh, let's try again. Is that right? Yeah, but it's one beat off. I need to turn my metronome on. Yeah. Okay, and then next part is slow. That's a B. Okay, and then dun dun dun. And it resolves to the downbeat. Ba-dum, bum. Okay. That seems right. I'm missing the E's up here, actually. No. Okay. And then it kind of does a similar. Let's go over here. It does a similar thing in the bass. Well, not the bass line, but the second round. So then over here, I go like that, except I don't play a G sharp this time for some reason. It makes sense just to copy that, but whatever. And then you have this chord, which it's quite different. So let's record that in. And then dun dun. I think this is the same chord. So go over here. All right. Now you probably can't really hear that in the recording with everything else, but at least the information is in there. And that's pretty amazing a harp player can do that. So I'm still fascinated that they're able to, do this, find the right strings, and be able to do more than 5 or 6 notes at a time. Let's add a crash, and then we can move on. So the crash, I wonder why I have 2 bass drums, and the A is not being used. I wonder, let's see here. Interesting. Well, I'll just stick with this B line, and let's add a crash. On the C. Okay, really want to hit that hard. Okay, so there's your bass. Let's do a piatti here. Pretty. Let's get that pretty loud. Okay. It's probably. We probably want a extended. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, great. I think now it's safe to say all of that is done. Percussion and harp. So that took a little bit more time than expected. Looking at the clock here, I have about maybe 50 minutes here. We'll see what we can do. While I get this ready, I was reading some of those notes here, or your messages, and Sam, you said you personally make sounds with synths. I've seen you use presets, but not make something. Yeah, I'm not really a sound designer. I sound design only when I need to, usually just basic stuff, time stretching, maybe doing some granular stuff, using like like source material to drop into like a granular synthesizer, but nothing too crazy. I don't really make my own presets. And then using Cubase, forgot to turn the metronome down with everything and accidentally hit it and nearly died. Oh yeah. Does your metronome beep? Does it go like almost like a alarm clock type of beep sound, or does it have that? I don't know if you can hear that without. Let me just mute this. Is it like more like that? I put that on the vintage spike. Yeah, I can't really stand the Cubase default tone that it does. All right, so moving on. Water sees the light of day once more. It's a great way of looking at it. Good visual. Okay, so now we're at this part. It's called the motive of the Vysehrad. Let me go down and show you. Let's see. Can you guys... Interesting. Let me try this again real quick. I feel like my view mode is not working. There we go. Okay, so on this part... Oh, the water bottle. Okay, I thought you were talking about the water in this song, or in this piece here. As I was saying, I was just trying to hide myself, and my keyboard just decided to stop working. So, anyways, I got that fixed. We are at 3:59. Motive of the Vysehrad. Okay, now on this part, it looks like Vysehradu. I guess that's how you pronounce it. With that being said, this kind of holds chords. In some ways it's easier because there's just a lot of like long notes towards the end, right? In the brass, the woodwinds. Okay, every now and then the trumpet and horns do this da 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 da, something like that. And then on the string side, it's pretty busy, pretty active. Going back to the beginning of that, 3:59. So let's look at bottom here. And on the bottom, you have viola and violin 2 trading voices and runs. It's actually going higher and higher. Something like that. And then sometimes there's 8 runs. Interesting. 7 runs and 8 runs. Okay. and moving towards the finish line, you just have these eighth notes all the way through. In some regard, I'd be tempted to do strings now, but I think it makes more sense to do the strings at the very end. So my strategy now moving forward would probably be focusing on the upper half of the score, where we do maybe the brass. We'll start there today with the brass, and then might be able to finish. I don't know. Probably not, because some of this stuff is a little bit more complex. Yeah, so let's start there. Let's do the tubas and trombones. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and look at my iPad now. And for some reason, again, I'm perplexed as to why the keyboard shortcuts don't work. All right. Yeah, you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see. Okay, there you go. You can kind of see that still. So let's get that out of the way. Oh man. From here, I'm just really excited to go to the very end here, but we still have a lot to do. I'm not sure how long this will take us. If I can finish the trombone and tubas today, that I'd be pretty happy with just that. But we can also try to get that going as well. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay. It's probably that. Alright, maybe I do octaves and record. So like where am I? Maybe I play it one voice. Okay, let's try that again. Right? No. Oh, that's a B. Okay. I can play this. Alright, so let's do that over here. Let's practice a little bit. Let's go two bars back. And let's find. There we go. Here we go. Where am I? Okay. I lost my place. It's easy to do that when you're going back and forth here. So where am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking here. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be that octave. All right, here we go. Misread some of that. So on that part, I'm going right. Yeah, so it's E, B, do, sol, do, sol. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go back and find that spot. Okay, press record. Freak out moment. I was like, is that a D or a B or what? Okay, so that was right actually. So 373. All right, 373 is this page. All right, let's keep going. That's oh yeah. Let's try that again. I think I messed up once in the middle. Oh, first off, this needs to be extended out. Yeah, playing octaves like this would be tiring, so splitting it up is where it's at. So I think somewhere here, I think I might have done something funky. Let's double check that. So where are we? Okay, here. So on this part, go do sol do sol do sol 4 times, and then mi sol. So oh yeah, mi sol. Okay. Yeah, and this is I'm singing movable, so not fixed solfege, or was it movable do? Okay, so yeah, looks good. Then we can do the octaves in a second. Let's just fix the timings. Great. Now some of this again we might need to change the type of articulation. Let's think about that for a second. So this is okay. I'm wondering what Marcato would sound like. Now if solo it, we bring up the velocities, see if give it a chance to see if it sounds good. It's too short. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, I don't have anything else. So we'll bring up the CC1, maybe make it a little louder. Okay. that loud. Maybe it's just the CC1 that we bring up. Okay. All right, and then if that's the case, let's look at all the other articulations. I'll just say let's do sustain for now, but after this point, do we do the marcato even here? Let's try that. Let's go marcato. These guys, oops, these guys need to be higher. Great, and then sustain. Ooh, man, these marcatos are really quiet compared to the sustains. It would be nice for it to be brought up just a little bit, so I go like that. You know, so it's the tippy top. Okay, so then we go back. Let's see if that blends better. Okay, what if we did staccato or tenuto? It's a little too short, I would imagine. Okay, so too short. Let's do a marcato. Huh. This is too long almost. That's weird. Oh, that's better. Okay, so then, so if it's not so long, it'll sound pretty marked, right? Marcato. And I think that'll work. It's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. Let's bring it up more. The only other thing is, are we too loud at a certain point? It's hard to say. I mean, this is balls to the wall, as we would say, dynamically. It's FFF, right? Towards, what measures that? 395, it says FFF, triple forte. Okay, but here, it does get quieter. So let's look at that in context. It does get semi-quieter even at 407. Yeah, so at 4, I don't see any diminuendos here, but yeah, so at 407, let's find 407 in the score, which is here. Well, I guess that's where the tuba drops out. It's interesting how that would work. So it just sounds like some of the other instruments that I'm playing, like the contrabass and I don't know if it's the violin too, but these ones should be louder actually. So at 395, so let's bring this up, and then maybe should I do it there or here? I'll do it here for now, and then maybe just kind of die down there. Can go drastic. I don't know. Let's go like that. So at 395 in the bass, and anyone else. Let's just look at the bass and the cello. This part needs to be loud, and it's actually kind of quiet. So whether we crescendo to it, I'm not sure. And this is kind of just getting everything in the ballpark range. It's not, there's no science to this. Just kind of eyeballing it as we go. but I think that'll help. And then this one too. This is the bass. Bring this up. Okay, so here the bass is playing, so we need to just keep that in mind and drop down. Okay, cool. All right, so then we have that, right? Sorry, my computer was freaking out there for a second. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up an octave. Oh, actually, not here, though. In the other voice, huh? So then for here, let's delete this. Let's actually, since I have retained some of the other MIDI data, like in the CC area, let's relatively bring this over to where it should be. 60. Okay. All right. And then maybe here it's a little bit too loud. It's all kind of guessing at first, and then until you hear it. So the tuba 1 is up here. We have octaves, except for here. This is not an octaves. This is a, oh, sorry. I was looking at trombone. Okay, so trombone is an octave still. Great. Octaves, octaves. Great. We love octaves. So then as you support here, right at 374, second half of the beat or a bar, we split, or we not split, but we do octave, play in unison is what I'm trying to say. But then you split off and kind of do that. So I'll try to remember that from the B, G, G sharp, B. On what measure was that? 374 in the score. So here we go down like that, I think. And this stays. And then this goes down again. And this is at 377 now. 377. We have B. All right. It looks like we have Cheyenne at the floor here. Great to see ya. Okay. Again, I didn't think it'd be that loud, so we're gonna have to do some damage control here. Bring this down. And this stuff, honestly, was only for the other library. So maybe for this one, I don't need to do anything with the CC data. We'll see. Okay, great. And then articulation-wise, this is marcato. Great. So these notes need to be in sustain mode, or in this case, legato. Okay, it's a little funky sounding. I'm not sure why it just kind of sounds a little like less vibrato-y than it should. Oh, well, I gotta fix that on this side too. Okay. Let's hear that in context with each other. Did I not bring that up an octave? I did not. Okay, so then let's do this. I thought I did. There you go. Alright, so let's double check this note. This is pretty high for a tuba, isn't it? 372. Okay, 372. I have tuba playing that B. Wow. But it's not letting me, unfortunately. Interesting. Alright, let's double check the range here real quick. At 333, or what was it, 359? 359, 2 or 3 measures before that. Let's go 3 measures before that. We have these notes going pretty down on that B. Okay, B, B, E. Alright, so if that's the case, we're on the right octave. I just want to double check. That's too bad. So here, you can maybe do a fifth, or maybe you can do a pitch shift, because I can go A. If I do A and wow, I even can do a B, but not, I mean a B flat, but not a B natural. Whew, okay, that sucks, because there's some B's here too. What to do? What can we do here? Luckily, there was a B flat here that we can play, but that's it. So, I guess we're gonna just have to go down and double that. Alright, that's fine in terms of that. There you go. And that might be, I don't know if that's too loud, but let's die down on that slightly. That's probably better. Okay. We can shape this as well, but it's hard to tell until we hear everything else. So maybe we leave that for now. Let's do the trombones. Trombones, and I think that's all for today. Oh, awesome. I didn't see that you're a teacher as well, Cheyenne. That's good to know. I think anyone that teaches can do a lot of things, right? I'm sure you can play multiple instruments, and you know, in terms of multitasking, it's always something that teachers have to do. So my hat goes off to you. Being a former teacher myself, let's see here. So I need to go 359. Over to trombone. We have, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so should I play this like before? I think I could do that. I think playing it kind of keeps it a little bit more. Oh man, but then do I move around? Okay, maybe I was looking over here for a second. I think I can do this with two hands, or two notes at the same time is what I mean. Only problem is it goes to tenor clef. It goes to tenor clef. So my whole feel gets thrown off when I have to transpose. That's the problem. So if I go. Shoot. I wish I could transpose this quickly. All right. Well, we're going to have to write this in, I believe. What's nice, though, is we kind of have a framework from the tuba on some of this. Only thing is, every now and then there's... did I see it before? No. Okay. Yeah, it's a framework with the tuba, and then there's some notes that break off, but not too many. So I'll copy that over for now. Let's go over here again, and let's go to the tuba. All right, and we're gonna go, shoop. Then we're gonna go here. So on the bottom voice, what I'll do is just move them as we go. It's not ideal. I wish it wasn't in tenor clef, but these notes are probably higher, so it's probably written that way. Okay, so we have E, C sharp, C sharp, and then we have C sharp again. Oh, also this is not right in terms of the timing. That's probably due to some of the quantize I did. So let's fix that over here. Oops. Like that. And where am I looking at? Right here. Okay, so moving back to where we are. Normally in summer. Vienna. Very nice, Sean. Yeah, one of these days. I'd love to go to Vienna, and there's just so much history over there. Let's see here. Okay, so on this. Is it a good volume? Let's see. It's not that bad. It's not so loud. Okay. But am I on the right one? Oh, I'm not even the right one. Oh, I see. Anyways, let's go back to where we were. C sharp. B. Oh, you know what? Tenor clef, right? Tenor clef. Okay, so let's double check this. Okay, C sharp, tenor clef. Threw me off. Okay, so this would not be a B. It's a D sharp. So this is kind of copying. This is kind of copying what the tuba is doing. And then this is not a C sharp. It's in tenor clef. That note would be a E. Let's think about that. That would be a G E. Yeah. Okay. So we're in business. So this would be a C or C sharp. C sharp. Okay, now I'm confused. Is it this C sharp? That's pretty high. I think that's right. Okay. Or I might have gotten that wrong. C. Oh, no. Okay, so let's flip back. This is a G sharp. And this is actually a F sharp. There we go. Great. And you know, we could probably get a little bit of a breath, actually. Now I think about some of this stuff, it would be good to just a little bit of separation. Even a little more. I can do this on all of them just as a test. But if we go over here, do that. To me, that sounds more natural. So let's do that. Let's give a breath. That's too much. Okay, same thing here. Oh, I'm missing this. I think that's good. Okay, so moving on. You know, why don't we keep on this window and we'll just kind of use this as a gauge so that we know what the tubas are doing down here, but with this wretched trombone 2 on tenor clef, this will kind of help guide me or give me some context of where I'm at. So I have that C sharp. Next page then would be G. Cool. And then C sharp again. And then back here we have C sharp and C sharp. It's kind of a spread. Okay, and then here, this is a G sharp, no, D sharp. Where am I? Dun. that is A sharp. No, A natural. One, let's see. B. Let's see. C, A, right? Doesn't make sense. Why am I on the wrong measure? Maybe 373. I am. Okay, that's partly why. So this needs to be on an A. I was looking over here actually. So then going back 371, that's where I need to be. So 371. How come? Oh, this one is a C sharp. Okay, great. And this one's a C sharp. Then this goes to D sharp. Okay. Let's press play and see how that sounds. It's a little bit loud on that side of things with the trombone too. I don't know if I'll want to bring that down, just sort of that doesn't poke out as much. Something like that. I don't know. I think that'll help. So then we have this A. Okay. Then this goes to a G. G sharp actually. G sharp A. Here's your B. A. G sharp A. G sharp. Okay, and then here you're going dot dot dot. So let's figure that out. A. Okay. That sounds a little bit shotgunny. Okay, so the marcato is good. I think that would work, but if we go like this, a little bit less on the velocity there, and then maybe just this first one tenuto, and then the it's hard to hear it. It goes by so quick. I would say maybe my staccato. So quiet. So marcato on the first one, and then for the other two, let's go louder. There you go. Nice. There you go. Farsi, awesome. Cheyenne and a guy busting out Farsi as well. Really cool stuff. Okay, so where are we at? At 374, 75, 76, 77. Wow, guy, I did not know you speak Farsi as well. Very cool. A lot of talented people. Okay, so here, 378. This is a B. B. A. G sharp. A. G sharp. Dun, 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 dun. This measure is 80, 81. 81, 81. Okay. So that's B, I think, yeah. Oh, yeah, all of a sudden that got quiet. Oh, hello. That's why. Right, so on these notes, let's go lower. And all of a sudden now it's like really quiet, so let's bring up this right over here. Cool. So after that B, you go to that is that's a F sharp. Ooh, that sounds good. This is a. It's gotta be a E. No. That is a B. Is this some voice crossing I'm seeing here? Interesting. Yeah, that's right to me. Interesting. So it goes pretty down. And then after that, you go higher. Okay, let me just double check here. I'm just so paranoid that I'm playing the wrong notes. I might have looked at something wrong here. Yeah. Okay, so I did. Let's see how far I messed up on this. So we have the dot dot dot. That thing was correct here. That dot dot dot. But here might be a little off. Okay, that's good. That's good. Here, that's a B. That's good. Ah, this is where I got off. So I somehow jumped the instruments and I went to the trumpet, and I thought that was trumpet tenor clef. Anyways, so it's a mind game. If this was B, this is not B. This is actually A, and then this is G sharp. Okay. All right, now gain my footing back. We have A, G sharp, A, G sharp. Over here, this is, whoa, G sharp, A, G sharp. Whoa. Sorry, my iPad's acting up here. Okay, A, G sharp. All right, so this is 401. Let's double check. 401, we have this note as B. Okay, oh, 2 more notes on this. Woo! This is B again. Okay, somewhere it's not looking good. Cause why 407? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something, I might have jumped the gun here again. Let's go backwards. So this is B, great. trombone, B, great. Let's go back again. That's B, great. So 398. What do I have? I have B. Oh no, 398 is G sharp. Okay, that's good. Okay. Nice. Okay. That marcato is a little loud. Learning French would be awesome. To meet conductor Stéphane Deneve. I'm not familiar with. Is it Stéphane or Stephanie? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. Yeah, no, I told you earlier I took French in high school years ago, right? Like 20 years ago, and even more. But yeah, I forgot almost everything. I do appreciate good French though. Let's see here. So I think I got all my trombones in order. Should I copy and paste that? What I should probably do first, real quick, is bring some of this down because it's loud, but then we need to drop down sort of towards the end here. Let's hear it one more time. Maybe not so much, just more subtle. Okay, something like that, and even that marcato note at the end is a little too loud. Right, that's doesn't want to go lower for some reason, so there you go. Okay, that's what we want. Stefane. Okay. Well, we're almost there. So then, let's bring out the trombone one part. And on the trombone one part, what we're going to do is we're going to basically take the information and the rhythms of trombone 2 and just bring them up. All right, so 359 is where we are. Okay. And as you guys know, when starting a new section, it always seems kind of bare, and it's always like almost demotivating to start fresh again. You're like, here we go again. But once you build it up, it gets more exciting, and your motivation to get to the finish line gets even bigger. So I've done it enough. I've done this process enough to just know, like, this is just how it goes. But it's still the case that I get more excited as time goes on. So just be patient, have fun, enjoy the process when you're doing this kind of stuff, because that's all what it's all about. Making the choices early on really affects all the stuff that comes afterwards. All right. Anyways, we have E. That's looking good. Starting from there, this is an A. Moving over to next side. Let me turn this off. Okay, so we have E again. No. This is tenor clef. So now switches to tenor clef on this part, and this is a B. B, E. Some of these might just be right on when I move them up. Those are just arbitrary, but it worked out pretty well on some of these. Yeah, great. So, meaning these are just a third above. I put it a third above, not really thinking much, but it seems to be working pretty well. So if this is D sharp, then let's just test this out, make sure it's correct. I'm actually suspecting I got this part wrong. This should be a G sharp. And let's just double check our measure. This is 367. Okay, yeah. So I got the trombone 2 part wrong at some point. And this is right. Okay, going back to trombone 1. We have the C, E, G. This is G sharp. Wow, that's pretty high. Okay. That G sharp on trombone 1. And then this is a F sharp. Okay, a little cut there. Wow, I can't really hear much of that. Maybe staccato? Yeah, a little bit of poking through is always nice for that brass. Okay, so, what if I change this here to something else? First off, I might be in the wrong octave for some of these notes. I'll double check that in a second. Maybe I do the long cuivre. And then maybe marcato for this one. Bum, ba, bum. Okay, let's hear how that sounds. Also, let's just double check. Rather than my iPad, let's go here. And this trombone first note is a E octave higher than I had it. So it should be like this. Right? I want to say that's right, but maybe I might have messed up here. Hold on, let's see here. Okay, so trombone. Tenor clef all the way through. Okay, so let's just double check this. This is an E on C3, or E3, 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 D sharp 2. That's a B. That's why. Okay, so maybe the first two notes were not on bass clef. They were actually supposed to be all on tenor clef. That makes sense. So then this second note is an E. I thought that sounded weird. Okay, let's press play. Whoa, that was cool. Whatever that was. Just do that or marcato. Okay. All right, I'm going to do some shaping to this as we do this too, because this one could use it. Something like that. Let's try it one more time. Tuning was a little funky there. That's the problem with these high notes. Might have to use a little combination of maybe using pitch bend or something, but that seems to be working okay. So we'll fix that later. On this high note, let's double check. It should be a G sharp. Looks good. Dun 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 dun. Okay, all right. Where are we? Let's go to this one. Yeah. Long quiver. Alright. Okay, so now this jazzy thing that I accidentally stumbled upon. Let's fix that and get the right notes in. So the first one is, what is that? F sharp. Okay, that sounds good. All right, now we can rock and roll. So this is D sharp here. Actually, that's E. Is that right? That's D sharp. What am I doing wrong? Oh, this is D sharp. Sorry. This is E. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now we got the right notes. Okay, I'm not sure why this one's short, so let's go long on all these notes. Yeah, just a little bit longer there. Does the trick. Dun, dun. Okay, so then we have dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. I can't hear that at all. Dun dun dun. Let's put the mark card on this one. Ooh, these need to be long. Okay. Oh, actually, no, marcato. Actually, it's this one. Yeah, something like that. Dun dun dun. Okay. All right. So then here at 378 score measure, we have E again. E, that's pretty straightforward. E, D sharp. E, D sharp. This needs to go back to this other articulation. Oops. That sounded cool though. That was the wrong note. Next. Oops. Okay, where am I now? Next. Oh, actually, was that wrong? Let's double check this. 395 is E. It's like an incomplete chord. It sounds empty right now. Oh, it's just resolving. Okay, got it. Then I don't know why there's a big gap here. I mean, it makes sense to breathe there. It might be a little bit too big, so let's go like that. Yeah, and then go back here. So it resolves after that. Now we go higher. We go to G sharp. Nice. Okay, so why are these in the wrong articulation? These should be this one, right? Yeah, that sounds better. So let's do that. Let's go here. It's a little loud, so bring it down. We'll have to do a lot of shaping here because it's just so flat almost after a while. And then you have that G sharp. Okay, so here we have 406, 405, 404. 404. This trombone goes and stays on this G sharp. And then G sharp. Like that. So because of how out of tune this G sharp sounds, I'll try a different articulation and see if that helps mitigate some of that. It's just not the same. If I bring up the data, maybe, but it doesn't seem like it. Oh man, okay. Well, that's another thing to think about. So on this, oh, that does something. Okay. It might sound a little better with everything else, but it's slightly out of tune. Something like that. So yeah, just using the pitch bend knob wheel, it might sound slightly better going up that. And I'm just going to copy this setting over to here. Ooh, So it wavers. That's the problem. So if I were to do this, go to pitch bend only. Ooh. I don't know if I can fix it, but that's a little better. Okay, so maybe copy that setting for this high note and just hope for the best. Once you put in other things, it will help mask some of that, hopefully. Alright, maybe don't have to do much there. Okay, but on the ending of that. Okay, so let's shape some of this now with both of these trombones in line. What I'll do is I'll do this replace mode or merge mode. They're slightly different from each other. I'll kind of match them. Okay, so then let's go ahead and try shaping some of this. So there's a couple options here. We can change the entire instrument or sample library to fight that bad note, or we can print it and maybe use some kind of tuning plugin or even just a very audio and Cubase to do that. But there's something just not quite right with the tuning there. There is also the her mode tuning. Let me just double check. Sometimes if I turn that on, oh, it's not on. Maybe if we turn this on, it'll use a little more CPU, but if we turn this on, make sure that this her mode tuning is on classic and see if that works. Okay, so then if I take off that this pitch bend, what happens? It's a little bit better, but then it you can hear it. It really gets bad towards the end. I don't know. It's all relative, I guess. So, man. That's really bad. I would say save it for here. Yeah, sorry, Sam. You're saying that it physically hurts me? I have a pretty good ear in this. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry if you have like you know, perfect pitch. I'm sure this is not the most pleasant thing right now. Okay. So with that being said, that's we're really over time here. But that's where I'd like to close the session for today. We're going to keep going. It looks like we can finish off brass and the woodwinds next time. I'm pretty sure we can do that. And then it might just take a whole another day to do the strings. If not, maybe 2 days. We'll add percussion as well. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and play back what we did to finish the broad flow of the Vltava, which was right here, with a little maybe spillover. So let's go backwards and hear a little bit from here and press play. Here we go. Cool. You know, one idea I just had real quick. I don't do this often, but I do this with bad tuning notes. Yeah, thanks guys, appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for sticking with me all this time too. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go, this is trombone 2, right? Okay, so if I were to load one in here, and let's just do the regular really quick. This is just for my own sanity. Tenor 2. Alright, so we want the long quiver. So here's a trick, and I do this often if there's bad tuning notes. I don't think I need to go so low. I think if I go to like a note like this, so that's the F sharp. So what I'm trying to say is I need to go higher. So I go 2 semitones up, and then here in one of these, you can even do the Hermo tuning if you want, but put in a transposition down, and I'll just call this like the B section of that. Find the note that you wanted to fix, which are these notes here. Well, you know what? Probably be easier to do this. Select everything besides this. Oh. and not your controllers. I wanted to retain some of that. Okay, so you delete that. And then we should have a good note now. Because this one wobbles really bad. I don't know why. Let's hear it. It's a little, is it because I'm doing something here? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's still something funky. So, you know, you just find a good note. Maybe this note's better. So that note I just did was a G. So if I go 1 and do the opposite of that here, it still kind of warbles. So then, so if I go the other way, if I go -1 and do, this is like a A. It's a little bit better. It holds its tuning. It's still kind of flat. So then you can go -2. I try not to go more than -1 or -2. Oops. I don't know. Let's try this one real quick. Okay, and then I don't think we need this. I'll mute it for a second. Okay, yeah, I think that sounds way better than the other one. So that's how you fix bad tuning notes. Just find a different note and pitch it up with the modifiers so that you can still play the same note. I hope that helps. And that is all for today, guys. Take care. I'll see you next time. Have a good night.